So we got a little bit over a week left until November 7th when I hope to Hunt Brothers the market in Bismuth. Now, a lot of people claim that only gold is money and all these other metals are just speculation. Some people include silver, other people don't. I gotta point out something though. Here's a chart of copper prices relative to gold, and a lot of hard money gold bugs will point to this as proof. So in the let's start in 1884, the ratio was 0.0003, and then we go a generation later, or maybe 50 years later, and it has dropped by about half to 0.000173, and then we go to the Hunt Brothers 1980s, and it has dropped by another half. So every 50 years, it appears that the value of copper relative to gold drops by half. Right now, as I speak, I think gold is about $1,600 an ounce. Copper is about $4 a pound. So every ounce of gold buys 400 pounds of copper. So presumably, 50 years from now, it will buy 800 pounds of copper, and then 1,600 century from now. But if we do the math, right now, an ounce of gold is buying 400 pounds of copper. If this trend were to continue, let's say a millennium from now, 1,000 years from now, we got 20 periods of 50 years, and every 50 years, the amount of copper you could buy with an ounce of gold presumably doubles. If this trend were to be believable, multiply that by 2 to the power of 20, and in about 1,000 years, 1 ounce of gold will buy a sizable fraction of all the world's copper. Does that seem to make sense to you? It doesn't, right? And historically, this trend will revert. It has a cycle of about 400 years, if I remember correctly, and we are near the bottom, if I remember correctly. I did an astrology one time. Now, having said that, the main problem with copper is how you store it, obviously, right? But if you live in a part of the world where a few hundred pounds of copper represents retirement money, this is a great opportunity, right? Ditto with bismuth, and especially so with platinum and some of the rare earth metals.